the health emergency, including, and now they've announced it's the UN in control of this. You can go read all about that from the UN. Here's WorldNet Daily by Jerome Corsi back in August 28, 2007. Headline, U.S. under UN law and health emergency. Bush's SPP power grab set stage for military to manage flu threats. Remember, they sued and got the documents, and it said the UN would run it. Well, now they've done that. They just announce it like it's no big deal in Reuters and AP. It's in my stack here from 2 days ago. World Trade Organization. It says the Security and Prosperity Partnership, a North American summit in Canada, released a plan to establish UN law along with the regulations for the World Trade Organization, World Health Organization, Supreme over U.S. law during a pandemic that sets the state for militarizing the management of continental health emergencies. The North American plan for avian and pandemic influenza was finalized at the SPP summit last week in Montebello, Quebec. At the time, the U.S. Northern Command, NORTHCOM, has created a webpage dedicated to the avian flu, has been running exercises in preparation for the possible use of U.S. military forces in a continental domestic emergency involving avian flu and pandemic influenza. With virtually no media attention, in 2005, President Bush shifted U.S. policy on avian flu and pandemic influenza, placing the country under international guidelines not specifically determined domestic agencies. The policy shift was formalized September 14, 2005, when President Bush announced a new international partnership with the avian and pandemic influenza to a high-level meeting of the UN General Assembly in New York. Got links to all that at the UN. And it goes on to say that they'll use foreign assets. That's in the UN's own document I was just covering. Take over food and agriculture in the United States, roads, executive orders for forced labor. It's just Homeland Security reporting to the United Nations. NORTHCOM participated in nationwide Joint Chiefs Staff exercise with the UN, involved a scenario with the plague originating in Mexico. Guys, pull this article up and print me that document. If you go to the article on page 2, it says the pandemic influenza crisis is one of the 4 scenarios gained in exercise Arden Sentry 06, where they practiced really doing the real thing, involving a scenario of plague in Mexico reaching across the border into Arizona and New Mexico. So go to this article. In fact, let's on-screen that if you can. Let's put up U.S. under UN law and health emergency. And then let's go here to paragraph 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Where was that? No, it's further in. No, it's like paragraph 30 or something. It's on the 3rd page. Just Control F, Mexico, and it'll bring it up for you. This is absolutely amazing. They previously reported NORTHCOM has been established with a command center in Preston Air Force Base tasked with using the U.S. military in continental domestic emergency situations. They signed a deal last year to use Canadian and Mexican troops inside the U.S. I would have. We need to pull that up. They suddenly announced troops to patrol the streets of Canada 2 months ago to, quote, stop rowdiness. Same thing here in the U.S. has been happening. I mean, this has all been set up. Now, is this another big beta test where they gear up more and more and acclimate each time? I don't know. But when they start coming out and saying, don't travel, don't get on buses, trains, airplanes, subways, when they start coming out and we get internal documents from the state saying we're really at level 6, people are on ventilators, this is killing as many people as it is Mexicans, this infects. If you come in contact with it, you get 40 to 50% of the people get it, normally 10% to 15%, saying, oh, we've never seen this in our lifetimes. Oh, my God, the feds tell us it's the end of the world. Man, I'm really sick of the New World Order, aren't you? Here's another one, press release put out by Adventis, the big vaccine maker. Health infrastructure is eager to support Mexico's exemplary commitment to public health through influenza immunization and pandemic readiness. And it says a local approach to global health. Got the CNN attacking us, saying we're a conspiracy theorist website pointing towards government involvement. Let's play Wayne Madsen that's coming up in an hour and 15 minutes. Let's play that Russia Today clip. You guys have that, right? We're going to roll the video on our side so PrisonPlanet.tv viewers can see this as well. Here's Wayne Madsen, formerly with the NSA, reporting from Washington.
An investigative journalist from Washington, Wayne Madsen, says the outbreak of the virus is raising suspicion.
I spoke to two journalists, one from Mexico City and the other one from Jakarta, Indonesia. And of course, Indonesia had a problem not long ago with bird flu. Both these journalists have been in touch with UN and World Health Organization officials, including a scientist who's dealt with Ebola virus and HIV/AIDS in Africa. And it's their conclusion, these scientists who they've spoken to, that this is a very unusual form of flu because it looks like it is a product of some gene splicing. The flu contains elements of bird flu, two forms of human flu, and various forms of swine flu. To them, it doesn't look like this is naturally occurring. The other thing is the target for this flu, as opposed to other flus, it's not the very young and the very old. It's people between the ages of 20 and 45. And the other thing is people are not contracting this from pigs. The National Pork Council here in America says pigs are not being affected. This is human-to-human contact. So people who either eat pork or are exposed to pigs are not getting this flu. Very unusual. Of course, the scientists are very alarmed by the way it's being spread and the speed at which it's being spread.
He was absolutely on target there. I mean, this thing is spreading quickly, according to internal documents we have. It has nothing to do with pigs. It's got some pig genetics in it. It's got double that in bird. It's 2/4 bird, 1/4 pig, 1/4 human. And Horowitz is saying, and I've never seen him be wrong yet, hope he's wrong, it's got some kind of insect thing hanging off the end of it so it can spread even better, so it can latch onto things with its RNA and get into their DNA in the animals. You know, I don't know. This is just getting more and more out of control. And then I've got this document, and by the way, is this up in the article now on prisonplanet.com? I mean, I want to post the document itself. Ask the guys if it's now posted, if they're able to get that scanned in and get it up on InfoWars.com. In fact, let's just call Rob Dew in here. Because I want to get this document up, just like Mayak and everything else, people that are living in denial. This is from a doctor where it broke out in South Central Texas, in New Braunfels, and he's in here, and he was at the meeting with the feds, and they're saying the clinical attack rate may be 40 to 50%, when it's normally only 10 to 15%. This is, has Watson gotten this up yet? They're having slight database issues on Prison Planet now?
Correct. That's Matt's working on it right now to try to get it up.
So Prison Planet's basically crippled now, too.
I mean, I could still get on the site, but it's...
Well, let's go around that problem.
Okay.
Let's go immediately to truthnews.us. I mean, it isn't a vacation for the web guys because the sites are down.
Right.
I need them to immediately go to the auxiliaries. That's what we have jonesreport.com for.
Okay.
It's what we have truthnews.com. I mean, this is serious crap going on. Thank you so much, Rob. I appreciate your hard work. Yeah, get them that. You get a clone of Watson's article with the point that they're saying it's level 6, and let's get it up. Let's do it. Come on. You know, if we run into a problem 2 hours ago, let's go around it. Let's think about ways to go around it. Got a great crew. This crap needs to go up right now. This is major news right here. Truthnews.us, jonesreport.com aren't being hacked. Go to those. We got to get ready to launch a news site if they take those down. In fact, we initiate that right now. Do whatever we have to get the information out. I'm not mad at my crew. I'm just really getting irritated here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take calls, but Tim, go ahead. You're on the air from Ohio. Go ahead.
Hello, Alex.
Hi.
I'm not going to review all of the great info that's already been discussed as far about origins and composition and where it's going, but a couple of things that haven't been introduced into the conversation. Number one, we still have our guns. Number two, you said that you first reported this last Friday, didn't you? That's
We've been talking about it since last week, and Quayle said on Monday this was going to be it, and he had the intel they were going to do something in the next couple of weeks, and God, I wish he was wrong. And
Thursday, April 23rd, was the beginning of the big May ratings sweeps period for all the TV news stations. And I think it's just
and they're making money off the flu, medicine, and the vaccines, and it's a distraction for the government. They always do this crap concerted, just like 9/11. I mean, Sean Hannity started his show right before 9/11. I mean, it's ridiculous, his radio show. He's not part of it. I'm not saying he's part of it. It's just they know when to launch, just like they knew the put options, betting against American and United at record rates.
Watch for the attack on the food supplies, too, just like they had the mad cow. I think they said already over in Egypt they're going to slaughter hundreds of thousands of pigs.
Ridiculous. Has nothing to do with
I think this is just a drill, though, to